All right, folks, this is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today. It is Monday, the 30th day of March 2026. Of course, I am Gordon Joseph, and I'm so happy to be with you this morning. As always, thanking God for life. As Lauren would say, gratitude is a must. It's indeed a good day to have a good day in a good way. Yeah, it is. And it's important to, reach out today and bless somebody, man. Yep. Bless somebody. Here's a jammo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Nice. Jump and wake up bright and early.
It's Monday, so Heavenly Father, as a brand new week begins, I bow my heart before you with gratitude. Thank you for bringing me through the night and waking me up to see this day. Lord, I know that Mondays are not always easy, but I also know that your mercy and grace are already here waiting for me. Father, go before me today, clear away every obstacle, calm every storm, and remind me that nothing I face is greater than your power. When my spirit feels weak, strengthen me. When my thoughts are scattered, give me peace. When doubts try to creep in, let your word rise up in my heart like a shield. Bless this work of my hands, the steps I take, and the people I meet. Let me be a light in someone's darkness today. Cover my family, friends, and loved ones with your protection and peace, Lord. I don't know everything this Monday will hold, but I know who holds me, and that is enough. In Jesus' precious name, amen. As usual, Tone, good morning to you. Monday blessings. Then you will call upon me and pray to me, and I will listen to you. That's Jeremiah 29 and verse 12. May the Lord our God bless you with health, and may the work of your hands prosper. In Jesus Christ's wonderful name. Good morning. Have an abundantly day and a new week. It's 26 minutes onto the 7 o'clock hour. Reminding you that it is indeed a good day to have a good day.
How do you feel? Bless somebody. Life is a blessing.
Yeah, it's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful, wonderful day today. And I pray that all goes well for you.
Private jets and all of that. What's the use of all?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're just joining us, it's indeed a pleasure to have you on board. Michelle, Bernard, Yulin, Alexander, good morning. Good morning also to Petlin, Jennifer Collimo. Early out there, good morning to you. I hope you have a great weekend, and I wish you all the best. Yeah, Lauren Salim, good morning to you likewise, reminding you that it is indeed a good day to have a good day. And the word of the day today, that word is generate. 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 Generate, and it means to produce. Simply means to produce. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence, and we're hearing a lot of that nowadays. Solar energy can generate power. Yeah. Solar energy energy from the sun, right? Yeah, it can generate power. Yep. Bless somebody today, man. A great track there from a Jamo. Very, very appropriate, I must add, this morning. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of giving it a double. Yeah. That's from his brand new album. Brand new gospel album. Good morning, Kingman. Mommy Lyris, how are you doing? Hope all is well. Good morning. Hey, whenever I hear good morning in that way, Brenda Batiste comes to mind. Good morning, Brenda. How are you doing? Hope all is well, yeah? 23 minutes on to 7 o'clock.
Wake up bright and early. With this feeling in my heart. And it makes me feel so happy. I'm not sure just where to start. I don't want
Saying good morning, Hazel and Charles.
keep it
Mildred Smith, good morning. Monica Miros Williams.
to me.
Sylvina Charles, good morning. Who else is here? Yulin Alexander, okay. Veronica Sandy is here. All right. Michelle Bernard, okay, all right, okay. There's Joan Brathwaite Batson is here also.
Bless somebody.
Reminding us all that it's indeed a good day to have a good day.
I've got food up on my table.
The motivational tip of the day: strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from indomitable will. Yeah, that's where your strength really comes from. Deep inside, the will that I will get this done, I will overcome this. You know, and having seen that, you know, looking at this, I would always remember that. And good morning to you, Dr. Devon Francis. I lovingly call him Globe. Dr. Dolan Noel and family. I remembered, you know, when I contracted leptospirosis and everybody was crying because it looked as though that was it for the innocent one, but deep inside, I had that indomitable will that I am not dying. No, I said I'm not dying. You know, I remember, you know, I really don't want to go back there, but it was a trying time. But I had that will to live, you know, and I'm going to live until I die. Trust me on that one. Devil try a trick, but you know what? Nah, say not tonight, Papi, not tonight.
It's a blessing.
So let me tell you this, whatever you're going through at this time, you have to, right, God helps those who help him themselves, you understand? You have to have that will inside. All right, things are not going as planned, things are not going right, you're going downhill, whether it's physically, in your health, and mentally, you know, in your finances, as some folks say it. You have to, you know, tell yourself and know it deep inside that, hey, I am getting out of and over this. You understand? Don't just wallow in self-pity and waiting for die. No. It doesn't work like that. No. Good morning, Patricia Walcott. How are you doing this morning? Want to say happy birthday to my brother Roger, the barbecue man. Emphasize on it, right? Emphasize on where the party's at today, all right? Happy birthday, Roger. Yeah, he's a good guy. So remember that strength doesn't come from physical, you know, physical capacity. It really comes from your will, indomitable. That will that does not give up. Remember that. It's so important to remember that, yeah? Never give up. I did that song a couple of years back, you know, because, believe me, you are more than a conqueror. Yep, you are. I want to make someone feel good today, you know, just free your mind today that all shall be well, right? All shall be well. Remember that. You are a conqueror. You just don't know it. Buzzing this morning, Project Polaris forms part of government's long-term Vision 75 agenda, which is to build a stronger and more resilient Grenada. In the region, Trump says Cuba is next and denies losing MAGA support. Internationally, Israeli police, they block a Latin patriarch from Palm Sunday Mass in Jerusalem. In sports, Grenada cricket officials, they have named the 14-man squad that is set to represent Grenada in the upcoming Windward Islands Under-19 tournament. The details to this and more coming up shortly in the morning edition of news.
More than a conqueror, that's who I am in you.
Yeah. Daddy Godwin, good morning to you and Miss Joan. Also, good morning to Kathy and Kenneth, Zuri, Solange, out there in Sunshine State, Florida. Good morning. Sis, she always calls me bro. So good morning, sis.
Look in the mirror.
Auntie, good morning to you. Miss Annie and Joe, good morning.
Fully.
Auntie Elsa is still celebrating her 16th birthday, you know. Yeah. It was 1 week away ago.
Come my way.
Those of you out there in the diaspora, good morning, good morning. Those of you coming home in the diaspora homecoming, well, you're coming home, right? No need to beat up too much.
And then I say,
And those of you who can't make it,
and a conqueror,
we love you, right?
who I am.
Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather, that comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
They can talk.
Hello, I'm leaving the house right now. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Life gets hectic. That's why I registered for myaccount.grenleg.com and chose paperless billing. It was simple. I went to the site and clicked sign up. I then tapped find my new account number, typed in my old number without the zeros at the front, and got my new account number instantly. The new account number is also in the app under the Balances tab or at the top of any recent Grenleg bill. I entered my new account number and the total amount due on my most recent bill, then filled out the profile information and subscription sections. They sent me an email to create a password and sign in. And finally, I signed up for paperless billing, and now everything I need is in one place. Myaccounts.grenleg.com and paperless billing have really brought me peace of mind.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient.
This is the morning edition of news for today, Monday, March 30th, 2026. Coming up in the news, Project Polaris forms part of government's long-term Vision 75 agenda to build a stronger, more resilient Grenada. In the region, Trump says Cuba is next and denies losing MAGA support. Internationally, Israeli police block Latin patriarch from Palm Sunday Mass in Jerusalem. And in sports, Grenada cricket officials named the 14-man squad set to represent Grenada in the upcoming Windward Islands Under-19 tournament. The details to these and more after these messages.
Grenada, the fire's about to be lit. Get ready for the ultimate grilling showdown. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026 is coming your way. Saturday, May the 30th at the Monroe's Plain Field. The search is on for the island's top grill masters. Do you have what it takes? Bring your flavor and compete in the chicken category, the seafood category, and the bold, most creative grill category, where daring ideas take the crown. And this year, the heat isn't just for adults. Introducing the Junior Grillers category. Schools and youth groups. If you're under 18, this is your time to shine. So fire up those coals, sharpen those grilling skills, and get ready to battle for grilling glory. Registration is now open. Call or WhatsApp 405-8458 to secure your spot. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026. Saturday, May the 30th, Monroe's Plain Field. Come for food, stay for the vibes, and witness who will be crowned King of the Grill. Brought to you by Maggie, enhancing the natural flavor of your food.
When the day's done, there's only one place to be. Jump it up. April 25th and 26th, the Kirani James Athletic Stadium comes alive. It's the Classic Lighting Communal Credit Union Invitational Games, the final showdown. Come witness all clubs battle for glory one last time. Gather your posse, take your stand, and jump up for Bankers Association, Hubbards, Digicel, Huggins, Grenlec, Nawasa, Prisons, Police, Busmen, and Flow. This is rivalry. This is passion. This is Grenada on fire. April 25th and 26th. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Don't miss it.
Before the digital age, before the world moved at the speed of a click, there was a signal connecting a nation. In 1986, a journey in broadcasting began in Grenada, a journey that would grow into a trusted voice across the country. For 40 years, through radio and television, we've been there for the stories that shaped our nation, the news that mattered, the voices that informed us, the moments that brought us together. Your stories, your voices, your moments. The Grenada Broadcasting Network, 40 years strong, one nation, one network.
Good morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph, and welcoming the folks from Hot 98 FM Graphics and his audience. In the local news, Grenada has officially broken ground on Project Polaris, its major plan to transform healthcare, with a sword-turning ceremony held on Friday in Calviny. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell described the moment as historic, noting that while the existing hospital has served the country for centuries, patchwork is no longer enough.
We stand on hollowed ground, not because of the steel and concrete that we will pour into this ground, but because of the history that breathes beneath our feet and the future that we are planning in this soil. For centuries, perhaps dating as far back as 1773, the colonial hospital, built initially by the French, which is now our general hospital, has been the silent watchman over St. George's. It's over those centuries we made changes. We added wings, we expanded wards, We patched the roofs. We repaired, we painted, we plastered. But for too long, we have been trying to practice 21st century medicine in a 19th century shell. We acknowledge that patchwork is no longer enough. The history of our healthcare is one of resilience, but its future must be one of excellence.
The project will deliver a new 250-bed climate-resilient general hospital, replacing the current facility in St. George's and expanding access to specialist care, diagnostics, and emergency services. Project Polaris forms part of the government's long-term Vision 75 agenda to build a stronger, more resilient Grenada.
North Star remains clear. We have moved from concept to blueprint, and from blueprint to breaking ground today. But today's ceremony does not exist in a vacuum. It is a cornerstone of Vision 75, our national roadmap to transform Grenada by the 75th anniversary of our independence. That vision is to transform Grenada into a resilient, inclusive, innovation-driven economy by 2050. But most importantly, it is a vision for a healthy nation. Because you cannot have a successful and a wealthy nation without a healthy nation.
Ambassador St. Bernard stressed that it will reduce the need for Grenadians to seek, let me take that all over again. Project sponsor Ambassador Andrea St. Bernard called the initiative a turning point, describing Project Polaris as our North Star.
Today is a defining moment for Grenada. The name Polaris Today is a defining moment for Grenada. The name Polaris refers to the North Star, a constant guide, a point of direction. For generations, it has helped navigators find their way forward. That is exactly what this project represents for Grenada. The project is our North Star, a clear direction toward a stronger,
that was Ambassador St. Bernard there. The project will also create jobs, strengthen healthcare and training through international partnerships, and position Grenada as a regional leader in medical services. At the ceremony, the Prime Minister also announced that cabinet ministers will contribute 1 month's salary each year to the project and called on citizens and the diaspora to support the initiative.
Move from planning to construction. The facility we are building will become Grenada's new general hospital, replacing the existing hospital in the town of St. George's with a modern, purpose-built facility in a more accessible location designed to better serve the communities across the country. This hospital will expand access to specialist care, modern diagnostics, improved emergency services, surgical capacity, and maternal and neonatal care, allowing more Grenadians to receive the treatment they need without having to travel overseas. Construction starts now, in March 2026. And in 3 years, we expect to see you all back here to officially open the doors of the new General Hospital. We move from planning.
And a very interesting story there. Now, in another news item, the Grenada Athletics Association, the Athletics Commission, has created a dedicated safe space for members of the national Carifta team aimed at supporting their mental well-being during competition preparation. The space, called Our Hub, was officially opened on Saturday at the National Cricket Stadium, where athletes are currently in camp ahead of the games. Former track athlete and tennis player Cavell Samuel Charles, who now serves as a mentor with the commission, explained the purpose of the initiative.
On behalf of Mrs. Hazel and Regis Buckles, as the chair of the Athletes Commission, we present to you the Our Hub. During this camp period, the Our Hub is important because it gives you a dedicated environment to recharge, to refocus, and to connect with your teammates. Our Hub, it's Athletes Wellness and Engagement Center, right? And it was specifically prepared for you, the athletes, for Carifta 2026. This space has been created especially for you to support your well-being, your mental readiness, recovery, and overall experience as you prepare to represent the Tri-Island State of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Matnik, yeah?
The Our Hub is designed as a relaxation and support area featuring motivational quotes, puzzle books, bean chairs, games, and stretch mats to help athletes unwind and stay focused. A similar space is expected to be set up at the team's hotel during the Carifta Games weekend, ensuring continued access to the resources. Samuel Charles also encouraged athletes to take care of the facility and make full use of the tools provided for their well-being. Meanwhile, National Coach Dennis Williams outlined the role and function of the Athletes Commission, highlighting how it serves to represent and support athletes both on and off the field. It also empowers athletes to take on leadership roles, ensuring that the sport is shaped not just for athletes, but by athletes.
The Athletes Commission plays a vital role in ensuring that the voices of the athletes are heard, respected, and represented at every level of sport. What then is the mission statement of the Athletes Commission? Is to represent the athletes, the interests of the athletes, and viewpoints of all athletes within the locality. Serve as the official link between the athletes and the leadership, advocating for the needs, rights, and well-being of athletes within the National Olympic Committee and sports across all sporting bodies.
The Athletes Commission is a subsidiary of the Grenada Olympic Committee. The president of the Athletes Commission is Mrs. Hazelyn Regis Berkeley. The initiative underscores a growing focus on athlete welfare as Grenada continues preparations for Carifta competition. Now that concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us, the regional developments straight ahead. In the region, the United States President Donald Trump said on Friday that Cuba is next in his latest threat against the Caribbean island, as he dismissed concerns that recent American military actions would cost him political support. Cuba's communist government has faced mounting pressure from Trump, who imposed a de facto oil blockade in January and mused about taking the country. Speaking at the Saudi-backed F2 Priority Investment Forum in Miami, Trump said his Make America Great Again or MAGA movement wanted strength and victory, citing the January raid where U.S. forces seized Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. Trump did not specify what he planned to do with Cuba, telling the media to disregard the statement before repeating, "Cuba is next," to laughter from the audience. Looking further afield, Israeli police have blocked Catholic leaders from entering the Church of the Holy Sepulchre to celebrate Palm Sunday Mass for the first time in centuries, church's authorities say in Jerusalem. The Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzabella, and Reverend Francisco Lelpo were stopped outside the holy site on the first day of the most important period in the Christian calendar, office said. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said worshippers from all faiths have been asked not to attend sites in Jerusalem's old city for safety reasons after recent Iranian attacks. But the move has drawn strong international criticism, including from U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee, who said it was an unfortunate overreach that was difficult to understand or justify. Church authorities said in a statement that the cardinal and reverend had been compelled to turn back from the church, the holiest site in Christianity, on Sunday. And finally, 3 people have been arrested in connection with a suspected foiled bomb attack on the Bank of America's headquarters in Paris, France's anti-terrorism prosecutor's office said. An initial suspect was detained at the scene after he placed a device containing 5 liters of liquid believed to be fuel and an ignition system close to the bank, a police source had reported. On Sunday, French authorities services said 2 more people had been arrested in connection with the incident. That's the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Well, the Spice Isle is ready to bring the hit to the pitch. Cricket officials have officially named the 14-man squad set to represent Grenada in the upcoming Windward Islands Under-19 tournament. This isn't just a trophy hunt. It's the ultimate proving ground for the next generation of West Indies stars. Leading the charge is Captain Kavan Bartholomew and Aravinda Bishop stepping up as vice-captain. The powerhouse roster also features Shamil Hilaire, Devon Joseph, Desmond Mitchell, Ron Charles, Camille Abraham, and Rakeem Lewis Charles. The action bowls off in Dominica on April 11th. For these young men, the stakes couldn't be higher. This tournament is a premier development platform where a standout performance can lead directly to a spot in the West Indies youth squads. That's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports in our luncheon and primetime newscasts. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Courts is giving you the chance to experience the Caribbean's premier music and arts event, the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Every Courts purchase of $2,999 or more from now to April 23rd gives you a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 to enjoy the music, the flair, and to create unforgettable memories for you and your guests. Don't miss this opportunity. Shop today only at Courts, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster at the forecast desk, Vondi Cyrus, for this morning's weather forecast. Good morning, Vondi.
Good morning to you and to your listeners. Here is the weather for today, Monday, 30th March, 2026. It is a partly cloudy morning at the MBIA. Winds are from the east at 5 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1013.3 millibars. That is slightly above normal and rising. The present temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 78%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 31 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum temperature was 24.9 degrees Celsius. There was a trace of rainfall recorded here at the MBIA over the last 24 hours. Hence, the month's total remains at 14.8 millimeters. Now let's look at the public weather forecast valid for today and tonight for the state of Grenada. The weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times, with light showers mainly overnight. Today's maximum temperature can be around 31 degrees Celsius. Wind northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tides are currently falling, will be low at 7:30 a.m. and high at 1:30 p.m. Sunset today is 6:18. Sunrise tomorrow 6:04. Just a recap of the public weather forecast valid for today and tonight for the state of Grenada. The weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy at times, with light showers mainly overnight. From the Met Services, this is Vondi Cyrus wishing everyone a great day.
Thank you very much, Vondi. Have a great day. Likewise, you and your entire team at the Met office. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now. Lots of dreams and lots of plans. Lots of ways to own your land. With ACB by your side. Lots of ways to own with pride. Lots of chances to make it yours. Lots of ways to open doors. Lots of space to build much more. Lots of reasons to own your future now. There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
Start building your tomorrow today with a Lots loan from ACB Grenada Bank.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
Lots. Land ownership. Tomorrow.
Minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Project Polaris forms part of the government's long-term Vision 75 agenda to build a stronger, more resilient Grenada. In the region, Trump says Cuba is next and denies losing MAGA support. Internationally, Israeli police block Italian patriarch from Palm Sunday Mass in Jerusalem. And in sports, cricket officials have named a 14-man squad that is set to represent Grenada in the upcoming Windward Islands Under-19 tournament. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Monday, 30th March 2026. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. To Graphics and his audience from Hot 98 FM, we say thank you for sharing your time with us this morning. Have a good day now, everybody.
'Kites in the sky, families on the beach, good food, good vibes. It's the Easter season, but parents, remember this. Even on holidays, your parenting duties continues. If they're at the beach, stay within arm's reach. If they're flying kites, keep them away from the roads and electrical lines. If they're out, know where they are, who they're with, and what time they're coming home. And remember, if you're liming, somebody must stay sober to supervise. More free time means more screen time. Monitor online activity, maintain curfews, keep structure in place. Because safety starts at home. This Easter, let's protect what matters most. A message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs. Empowering parents, protecting children.
Thursday, April 2nd, 2026, the official pre-character, all-inclusive, all-white cruise experience is here. Hosted by the Grenada Olympians. It's Respectfully Yours. Premium entertainment with music by DJ Blackstorm and graphics, food and drink inclusive, all-white dress code experience. It's an Olympian hosted celebration. Ticket outlets, go to fed.com. Grenadian Optical, Town and Grandance. Hot Boys Food Truck, Wall Street, and Chillaxing Cafe in Grandance and Subi. All proceeds support the next generation of Olympians. So on Thursday, April 2nd, Respectfully Yours, about the ecstasy, Carifta weekend starts.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
The Ministry of Agriculture's investment of approximately $1 million in pineapple production is taking shape. The investment is set to significantly reduce Grenada's dependence on imported pineapples, as well as to lengthen the availability of the fruit throughout the year. Over 70,000 pineapple plantlets were introduced to local farmers from September 2025, with 48 large-scale farmers cultivating between 1,000 to 1,500 plantlets, while several small-scale farmers had the opportunity to plant quantities of 300 or 500 plantlets. The project also engaged farmers in 15,000 plantains and over 20,000 banana plantlets. 2 nurseries were also established at the Maribor and Grambras estate and 1 in Carriacou for the purpose of supplying planting material to farmers for the expansion of the project. Subsequent planting at different months of the year, in combination with artificial flower induction, will contribute to further extension of the availability of fresh fruit expected to hit the market by December of this year. The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, enhancing Grenada's food and nutrition security.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever your road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
All right, folks, it's now 15 minutes after 7 o'clock, and at this time, I'm happy to join Sergeant Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Sarge.
A pleasant morning to you and also to your listeners.
It is always a pleasure to let persons know what is happening traffic-wise in the trial state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Fiji Martinique. And we're definitely going to let them know this morning it is rather a quiet morning as it relates to traffic flowing in a town of, a couple of towns, I should say, in Grenada. And we take a closer look at the town of St. George. And we're seeing here that we do have a moderate flow of traffic in most of the areas. And even as we speak, I've been looking at our drone footage. We're seeing here that our roads are moderately flowing with traffic from mostly our points of Grenada. Having a look from the western side, we're seeing here that the western is rather quiet because coming from that side, a light to moderate flow of traffic in that area coming to and through the town of St. George. We had a look from Grand Dance. Grand Dance is moderately flowing as well. We've had a closer look at traffic coming from the St. Paul's direction, and it is moderately flowing as well. I'm happy to report that it's not as heavy as we expected this morning at the moment. So person coming up from that direction can do so that happy am I to report that. And we know one of the reasons school is on closed for the Easter holiday, so our kids will be home. So we definitely know that is one of the reasons for the reduction in traffic. Most of the areas we see Calvin is rather moderate, light to moderate as well. But we definitely know, especially the Calvin Public Road, we will have an increase in that area as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. And most of the areas, we do not warn that it will be excessive in terms of the bumper-to-bumper traffic, but definitely we know that persons traveling along these roads will definitely have some easement as it relates to the traffic this morning. But that doesn't mean that you don't have an obligation to get to work the time you're supposed to get to and leave home the time you're supposed to. So let us do what we have to get to work on time and safely. As we dive right into the accident state for the past 24 hours, we had a total of 9 minor accidents reported, 9 minor accidents. And there are as follows: from traffic headquarters, 1 minor, South 2, Grenville Police Station 1, Sauters 1, and Birch Grove 1, and Carriacou 1. So we definitely see 9 minor accidents on a Sunday. So persons, again, we want to appeal to you to continue to drive safely along our nation's roads so that we can make our roads one of the safest in the hemisphere. But we just want to let persons know that they have an obligation for their safety as well. Looking at things right now as we have a closer look in the area, just St. George's, Belmont direction, getting back down to Grand Dance. Grand Dance moderately flowing, traffic flowing nicely through the Grand Dance area, through and from. So at this moment, traffic is flowing nicely all around. No bumper-to-bumper traffic is reported at the moment. No accidents reported. No major obstruction to cause an alarm. So definitely persons can drive around the state of Grenada in a sense of easement at this moment. We do not have any cruise ship in our ports today. So we expect our sound to be a little bit quiet, on the quieter side. But nonetheless, remember, students may have a little summer school today, and each summer. We have classes, but nonetheless, as drivers, we have to be prudent enough to ensure that we do what we have to make our roads safe. So we do not have any major funerals as well. So, as I said, something to look forward to. But we know what happens this week as we dive right into what we call the character weekend. So we anticipate our visitors will be in our island. So from this week, as early as tomorrow, flights will start coming in from various countries from the Caribbean. And definitely we're going to have students, coaches, and delegates in our island getting ready for Caribbean. And as we get closer to this week, we're going to speak about the traffic plan and the RGPF, what they have in store for us as it relates to Caribbean and all things Caribbean. So it is a Monday morning. It's a beautiful Monday. So we just want to let persons know to continue to drive safely. That is all that we have for persons this morning as it relates to the traffic update. Anything from your end, My hope?
Well, not necessarily. Just, of course, want to let our motoring public know that school is on vacation, so children will be children, and you can expect them to be popping up, anywhere, and the things that children do. So we ought to be driving with really, really extra care and caution, and be vigilant at all times. Parents and guardians, we urge you to keep a close eye on your children as much as possible. Know their whereabouts. Ensure that, if you've got to go to work, ensure that children are in the care of adults. And at this time we have, this is the time when we have a lot of fires and so forth. So we urge people to be in the most state of readiness and preparedness, basically that. But we're gonna ask the question: if you're texting while you're driving, then
who is driving?
Who is driving that vehicle? Sergeant, thank you very much. Have yourself a great day and a great week ahead of us.
You as well. Have a good day.
Thank you. Folks, that has been the traffic report. We take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we've got Ariza Moments with Josephine.
Athletic fans, the time is drawing near for the most anticipated junior athletic game in the region, the 53rd Carifta Games, right here at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, April 4th to April 6th, 2026. Get your tickets now and be part of the incredible excitement the athletes will bring, both on the track and in the field event. It's going to be a spectacular display of young talent and sheer determination. We've got options for everyone. Finish line tickets, day pass, just $120. Season pass at a fantastic $350. The main pavilion offers a day pass for $60 and a season pass for $170. Even our secondary stands are accessible at $40 for a day pass and $100 for the season. And for the ultimate budget-friendly experience, bleachers are only $25 for a day pass and $60 for the season. On April 4th, we're kicking things off with a bang. And to add to the visual, supporters are encouraged to wear green on April 5th, yellow on day 2, and on day 3, red. Let's paint the stadium with pride, and the excitement does not stop there. An added attraction is a vibrant cultural village, showcasing our rich cultural heritage with tons of excitement daily. You truly don't want to miss Carifta 2026. It's a celebration of sport, culture, and community.
Inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency. Unlock the possibilities.
As we look ahead to 2026, we're committed to elevating Grenada's presence on the global stage. Our integrated tactical focus includes media relations, travel trade engagement, sales activation, and digital campaigns. These efforts are designed to ensure visibility and establish leadership in our niche pillar marketing. We invite you to join us on this journey by supporting our initiatives and sharing the beauty of our Tri-Island state with the world. Together, we can make 2026 a year of growth and success for our islands. Whether you're a local stakeholder, a travel enthusiast, or someone who simply loves Grenada, your involvement is crucial to our success. Thank you for your continued support. Let's make 2026 a year to remember.
right, folks, it's 25 minutes after 7 o'clock, and at this time, I've got with me my Monday morning ride or die friend, Josephine George. Unfortunately, she can't be with me in the studio this morning, but she's joining us via the telephone. Josephine, good morning.
Good morning, Innocent, and good morning to all the listeners and viewers. It's almost Easter, right?
Yeah, it says right here. Yeah, it is.
It's right here. So just to say that we have something special for everyone, actually, as Easter approaches on the 1st of April, which is Wednesday. We will have the vendors will join us again, similar to what we did at Independence and at Christmas. We'll have vendors joining us. We'll have everything from groceries, potato pudding, and stews, and cakes, and you name it. So we're inviting just about everyone, as I said, to pass by Bruce Street, taste and see. Some will taste, some will buy. But the vendors, of course, will be there. We even have Easter packages. So we're becoming more and more creative, our vendors, to ensure that it's a good experience for everyone. No, there will be something for everyone there. Of that, I am quite sure.
Okay, sounds
interesting. Yes, we have some lovely drinks, and we have alcoholic, non-alcoholic wine, a variety of milk and other grocery items. And as I said, it's a long weekend, and we know that people, generally speaking, we like our cakes and buns and so for household consumption, but a lot of people go out, and it's character weekend, so you're going out with your posse. You're going to character. I want to make sure that you have everything you need.
Right.
So, it's for that basket. Right? So we don't have Easter eggs as we know them, but we have Easter treasures.
Okay. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes.
There may be some little eggs for the children in the packages, eh? But just to say, you have all your Easter goodies. Yeah? So we're inviting everybody to come by and shop. Have a good time. Interact with our vendors. And let us know how you feel about the experience as well. So we're prepared to just a simple survey, chat with us, chat with our vendors. And if you're interested as a vendor, let us know, because it's not going to be the last of its kind for certain. So let us know, because we're big on promoting small businesses, promoting business, promoting another income stream. A lot of the vendors that you would see, it is not the only thing that they do. In fact, it's not their primary source of income. Some of them have other jobs, but this is another income stream. So you might come by and think, hey, there is a skill, there is a talent I have that I can use as well.
Okay.
A little inspiration there, yeah? So we also want to say to our card users, generally speaking, at this time of year, whenever there are festivities, a festive season, holidays, you want more cash, you want the convenience of using the ATM, you want to be careful. You need to be careful. Now, children are home on holidays. Children have friends that they invite over. You may think you can monitor a whole lot. You might think their friends are honest, and we would hope that they are. But hey, silly things can happen. Adults can come over because they're trusted. You don't want to expose your card. The front of the card carries the card number. The back of it has your CVS, which is your code that only you should know. We want to say to you, or we're saying to you, be very careful with using your card. There's some very smart people out there, and you don't want to get caught by one of them. So the best thing that you can do for yourself probably is to budget well. Know what you want. Withdraw what you want. Keep the money safe. And budget so that you know where you're spending what you're doing with groceries, what you're doing if you say you're going to character. Just let's use character as an example. Or you're going to some other Easter event, you're going with what you need. So that you really don't have to use the ATM. But in the event that you have to, that's what the ATMs are for. and you're better off. It's a better use of your time than coming into the branch and probably encountering a line because there are other people like you coming to do business as well. So you want to be careful with the use of the card. You can stand in the line and think somebody is innocently standing behind you, but they're actually looking at your card. So be careful with exposing your card. You get as close to the ATM as possible, then you insert your card. You look around you and ensure that there's no one seeing your PIN. Cover the pad on the ATM while you're entering your PIN so that no one is going to see your personal identification number. Remember to take the card first and then take your cash. If you're not quick with taking the card, the ATM is going to keep the card. So very often you find people get into this distress and there's no way to get your card until the season is over and you didn't get your cash. So you have to be quick doing your transactions. You want to be sure that you know what you're doing. You're not fiddling around when you get there. Maybe 200, maybe 300. Be certain. Take a decision before you go. You've made your budget. You know this is what you need. You don't want to make several trips to the ATM. So you know what you're going to get.
Okay.
Sometimes we have a screen. You might have a screen come up. And I just want to say this because some people don't read and they think that the ATM isn't working. The ATM may tell you that only multiples of 100 are available. It simply means they're only $100 bills. And that only happens when there's been a lot of usage and it isn't yet replenished. So it's not saying that money is not available, but it's multiples of 100. So let's say you thought you wanted $150, you wanted to withdraw 120, and it's multiples of 100, then you take the closest 100. So if you wanted 120, but 100 would do, fine. If you may really have needed the 120, then 200, you're not going to go to 3. Don't withdraw money that you don't need because you most likely will spend it. Money has a way of running.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, money always finds a way of leaving you, and it doesn't always locate you that easily. So we want to say be careful with your spend, ensure that you have a budget that you're working with. You know this is what you're going to do for the weekend, so this is what you need. Use of the card, you don't want to be frequenting the ATM. You're safer just making one trip to the ATM, budget well. Of course, you know your household. You know what you're exposed to. Keep your money safe. Don't put all the money in the wallet at the same time when you're going out because you're not going to use it all.
Okay.
Yes?
And that's
Trust
it?
No one with your PIN and your card. Keep your card safe.
Hence the reason why the P in the PIN is personal.
Personal.
Yes.
It's only you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Thank you, Josephine.
That's the one with it. And, of course, again, we'd like to end by inviting everyone to patronize our Easter Taste and See, our Easter event at Blue Street Mall. We have about 5 vendors.
Any vendor there with cakes?
Well, I told you. That was one of the first thing I said.
All right. Lovely. Just reinforcing.
Cakes and stews and potato pudding and you name it. It's going to be there.
I'm going to set up camp right there.
You better set up camp. You'll be served first and foremost.
All right. I want to be served first and last.
Okay, well, do that too.
Okay. Thank you, Josephine, as always. And spread the love to Ariza. Thank you.
Yes. Have a lovely day,
Have a great one, you too. Bye-bye. Folks, that was Josephine George with Ariza Moments this morning. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, the conversation continues.
With GPC. Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
A trip to Grenada from April 4th to the 6th, 2026. A decision you'll never regret. This isn't just any destination. It's where passion meets performance. Welcome to the 53rd Carifta Games, hosted at the iconic Grenada James Athletic Stadium in St. George's. Under the theme, Passion Drives Performance. The best of the Caribbean's junior athletes will compete in electrifying track and field competition. Organize now and be part of an experience like no other, where talent, passion, and perseverance come alive on the land of 100,000 Jab Jab. Feel the passion, celebrate the performance, and create memories that will last a lifetime in pure Grenada, the land of warmth, spirit, and unstoppable energy. Welcome to the 53rd Carifta Games.
The amendments to the existing Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act shall allow for the decriminalization of cannabis in Grenada. It permits the possession of up to 56 grams of cannabis and 15 grams of resin for individuals aged 21 and older.
The amendment allows for the growth of up to 4 cannabis plants per household for medicinal, therapeutic, or horticultural purposes. The amendment provides legal framework for the Rastafari use and cultivation of cannabis as a sacrament in registered places of worship and at exempt events.
Amendments to the Drug Abuse Act also mandates the expungement of past criminal records and the immediate discontinuance of pending court cases for minor cannabis offences.
The amendment replaces criminal charges for those aged 18 to 20 with mandatory rehabilitation and counseling, ensuring no criminal record is created for young adults. Amendments to the Drug Abuse Act centers on the decriminalization of cannabis and not full legalization.
For more information, kindly contact the Cannabis Secretariat at cannabiscommission@gov.gd. The Cannabis Secretariat, guiding responsible cannabis use and awareness.
Thursday, April 2nd, 2026, the official pre-Carifta, all-inclusive, all-white cruise experience is here. Hosted by the Grenada Olympians. It's respectfully yours. Premium entertainment with music by DJ Blackstorm and graphics, food and drink inclusive. All-white dress code experience. It's an Olympian hosted celebration. Ticket outlets, go to fed.com. Grenadian Optical, Town and Grandance. Hot Boys Food Truck, Wall Street, and Chillaxing Cafe in Grandance and Subi. All proceeds support the next generation of Olympians. So on Thursday, April 2nd, respectfully yours, about the ecstasy, Carifta weekend starts.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. The conversation continues, and this morning I'm joined by a dear friend. Well, I have to say friend, although we haven't seen each other for over a year, but I know that we're in one another's thoughts. And as I was just telling him, he's got a big name. His name is Martin Ford. He is representing the Assembly of Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're here to spread that good news. As always, Easter is a big time. Good morning, bro.
Good morning, Gordon. Thanks for having me back.
Well, the pleasure is always mine, and always here at the GBN. And how have you been?
Been fine. As you said, it's been a while since we last had a conversation.
Yeah, last year.
I think the last time was for one of our conventions, and extending an invitation and having me back here this morning. I really want to thank you for allowing me, because as you said, it's this time of the year. Jehovah's Witnesses observe an event that is the most important one to them. There are many events people observe throughout the year, but we observe one that Jesus Christ himself asked us to do, and that is the memorial of his death. It has a lot of significance to us, and so we want to not only observe it for ourselves, but as is our custom, we want to invite others. So you don't have to be a Jehovah's Witness. We want you to come and basically obey that command that Jesus himself gave that last night. Many people refer to it as the Last Supper or the Lord's evening meal, when he did a very simple act of passing bread and wine, but he said it had significance. But he said something very, very important. He said, keep doing this in remembrance of me. So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
We're doing that.
I know other denominations, they have things like washing of the saints' feet and things like that. Do you all engage in that as well?
Well, yes, Jesus washed the feet of his disciples that very same evening, but he didn't include that as what he wanted us to commemorate. I think the washing of the feet was to convey a lesson of one that you should be a servant, not a master. So we observe that not only one day, but in our life course, that we want to be a servant rather than the big chief, the big person. But what we do observe on that night is that very simple two acts he did. They were observing the Passover, which was common for the Jews back then, commemorating something that happened to them about 1,500 years earlier when they were leaving Egypt. The angel passed over the houses and killed all the firstborns, except
those with the blood.
Those with the blood over that doorpost. And so they were saved. The Jews who followed that, the Israelites who followed that, were saved. Jesus said, here I'm going to give you another way or another observance. And he passed some bread, and he said that what it would signify. And he passed wine. He said what that wine would signify. And then later on, he sacrificed his life. As we all know, he was put to death on a torture stake. And that death has tremendous significance. What is that? How does a death of a man, why does he want us to remember it? I mean, is it just to say, well, wow, that was a very sad event that took place? But the Bible talks about a ransom, and that's why we invite everyone to come on. We're observing the memorial on the same day that would have occurred if you're having the Passover. That happens to be April the 2nd. That's a Thursday of this week. Right. So around the world, in over 240 lands, Jehovah's Witnesses will be congregating in their kingdom halls and other facilities to observe this event that Jesus asked us to do. And there's going to be a talk, a very brief talk, about 40 minutes, that explains why what Jesus did has significance for you and for me. And again, we want anyone, you do not have to be a Jehovah's Witness to be there. You just have to have an appreciation and maybe a little bit of curiosity as to what is the purpose of Jesus' death. What does it mean for me? And we as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, I have always found this a day for me to reflect on where I am? Do I reflect on what God did by sending his son for you and for me? And how can I show appreciation for what he has done? So again, it's a very sober day, but also a very joyous day as we reflect on all the things that God has done and will do for us right here on this earth.
Okay. Now, you've given me my personal invitation, which I'm very appreciative for. I'm supposed to attend at the GBSS auditorium, but as you mentioned, there are a number of Jehovah's Witnesses Kingdom Halls across. So will that ceremony be held at all the Kingdom Halls?
Yes. So in Grenada, every Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses is going to have this observance on Thursday, April the 2nd. You can go to jw.org, and under locations you can search for the Kingdom Hall. So you told me you were in the Latante area.
Yes.
You can search there and find out the exact time. It's most likely going to be after, not most likely, it will be after 6, but you can get the precise time by going on and searching. The congregation that I associate with, we have 2 congregations that are in the Green Street Kingdom Hall. And so we have decided to, in order so that we don't have too many of us in the same place, very small place, our Kingdom Hall is of a finite size, we're going to have the observance of the memorial at the GBSS, the Grenada Boys Secondary School auditorium, this Thursday at 6:30. Okay. So it's a free event. We invite everyone. You don't need to have that invitation. That invitation was just to help people remember the date. Right. Please come with not just yourself, but your family. Young ones are invited, so don't just say this is only for adults, but anyone. We really want to invite anyone to come to observe this with us. So we will be at the GBS auditorium. If that's not close to you, please go to the one that's closest to you.
All right. And off your head, can you, well, I shouldn't even ask that. You would know that. What are the other locations? I know there's one in Woodlands.
We have one in Woodlands. We have the one in St. George's on Green Street, one in Latante, the one that I think you were familiar with. We have one in Pedmata. Guelph.
So you're doing a lot of work in Pedmata.
We are, in fact, as you mentioned, that we have been refurbishing all of our Kingdom Halls. If you have not had a chance to come into our Kingdom Halls, you should do so now. We have, our organization has sent other members of Jehovah's Witnesses from other countries. They have come at their own cost, they pay their own way, and they've worked on refurbishing all of our Kingdom Halls. So if you have not been, you said you've been to the one in Woodlands, you must come again.
Okay. Well, yeah, because I'm seeing a lot of activity up at Pedmata, a big expansion.
Right now, we are refurbishing the one in Pedmata. So that's the last one of all the Kingdom Halls in Grenada. So what you're seeing is the last Kingdom Hall being refurbished right now.
That's good. All right. Well, folks, once again, the invitation is out to you. It's this Thursday, the 2nd of April, at all Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Halls across the island. But, you locate the one that is closest to you. But the one that usually would be in Green Street, that one will be held at the GBS auditorium.
There is going to be one on Green Street, but the other congregation. So I'm in the central congregation. There's a north congregation. They will be. So if you want to go to the one on Green Street, you're welcome to do so.
All right. And of course, if you want further information, you can go to jw.org, and get all the information that you need.
Thank you.
I said it right?
You said it perfectly.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, Mr. Ford, I want to thank you for dropping by this morning, and I will continue to remind my audiences.
Please.
And let's see, maybe this time I'll visit the one in Latante, or maybe come to GBS's auditorium.
Come to one.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Folks, I've been speaking with Mr. Martin Ford, inviting us all to a grand memorial of Jesus' death. That's on Thursday at all Jehovah's Witnesses halls around the island. All right, make it a date. Bring family and friends and just go with an inquisitive mind and get to know more. We take a quick break. When we come back, we've got another guest. We'll be talking taxes. All right, tax. That's the name of the game now. We'll be back after this.
Imagine a world filled with peace, free of suffering, an abundance of food for all, and life in perfect health. But how can this beautiful future be possible? Because of what Jesus did for us. He came to earth for a purpose. He gave his life for those he loved. The night before he died, Jesus asked that we commemorate his sacrifice. He said, "Keep doing this in remembrance of me." On the anniversary of his death, people around the world will gather to remember him. Jehovah's Witnesses invite you and your family to attend the memorial of Jesus' death. At that meeting, you will find out why his sacrifice was so important and how his promises affect you. To learn more about what the Bible says on this and many other topics, go to jw.org.
Grenada, the fire's about to be lit. Get ready for the ultimate grilling showdown. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026 is coming your way. Saturday, May the 30th at the Monroe Plain Field. The search is on for the island's top grill masters. Do you have what it takes? Bring your flavor and compete in the chicken category, the seafood category, and the bold, most creative grill category, where daring ideas take the crown. And this year, the heat isn't just for adults. Introducing the Junior Grillers category. Schools and youth groups. If you are under 18, this is your time to shine. So fire up those coals, sharpen those grilling skills, and get ready to battle for grilling glory. Registration is now open. Call or WhatsApp 405-8458 to secure your spot. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026, Saturday, May the 30th, Monroe Plain Field. Come for food, stay for the vibe, and witness who will be crowned King of the Grill. Brought to you by Maggie, enhancing the natural flavor of your food.
Grenada, we are back. Our senior women's national team returns to the pitch for a massive CONCACAF W qualifier, and they need your power behind them. Tuesday, April 14th, Granny James Athletics Stadium, Grenada versus Cayman Islands. Kickoff 5 p.m. This is national pride. This is passion. This is the road to glory. Tickets, adults just at $25, children $10, and kids under 12 get in free. Get your tickets now at gotofet.com or at these outlets: Chucky's Bar, Grenadian Optical, St. George's, and Spiceland Mall. GFA office. Bring your flags, bring your voice, and come support our Grenada women's national team as they battle for victory. Follow the journey on social media at Grenada Football Association. Grenada versus Cayman Islands, April 14th, 5 p.m. Be there and stand with Team Grenada.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's 4 minutes until 8 o'clock. We, in the company of Mr. Randy Cadet. He is the Deputy Tax Comptroller in the Inland Revenue Department, and he's here to talk on taxation today and tomorrow. Deadlines. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. And I hope your listeners and viewers are also great. We are here this morning, as you see, to talk tax, but not general tax matters. We are here specifically to remind Grenadians that 90 days have now gone down to 2 days, today and tomorrow. The deadline for our tax period is March 31st. It's tomorrow. So you have basically 48 hours to file and to pay, specifically for persons who had the fiscal year end in December. Remember, according to law, you have 90 days after the end of your fiscal year to file and pay. And 90 days is now staring us in our face tomorrow.
Wow. Okay, so is there a special category of people that this applies to?
Yes, all salaried workers and self-employed workers. We also have companies who financial year end in December. They are expected to file and pay by tomorrow. For the salaried workers, though, because we get a question a lot, your employer should have deducted income tax from you for the year 2025, different months. So you now are expected to come in and file. When you file, it gives us an opportunity to compare what the employer deducted on your behalf and you saying exactly what should have been deducted. So at the end of this period, some taxpayers might be in a refund position, some taxpayers might be in a position where they have to pay extra to the government. I mentioned come in, but I don't want you to literally come in. Come in here means go online and come in to our GTax platform. So we've launched our GTax platform in 2024, where we allow businesses really, they did the VAT on GTax, the PE on GTax. Now we have expanded that service to include all salaried workers, all self-employed persons, where we expect everybody now to file online. One challenge that we may experience, some persons are accustomed with paper. But we accepted, and we always made that point, that the future of tax administration is digital. So we have decided through our GTax platform to facilitate Grenadians to submit all of their returns online. So if you have challenges accessing the system, you can come into us. We have our officers working hard who will be able to help you with the computer, with tablets, show you how to submit your returns, submit your declarations online. We've been very active for the last week or so. In fact, I can see
satellite.
Yes, man, helpful, very helpful. In fact, for the last week, we have been activating over 350 taxpayers daily. Wow. Right? And as of last night, we had 365 more taxpayers to activate. I am suspecting by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock today, those taxpayers who have been in the waiting line would have been activated. And we also accept that more persons will come online because there is something about this last minute boy.
Yeah, it's a Grenadian culture.
How we deal with that, Gordon?
I don't know. It's embedded in our DNA.
But we had to change that.
Yeah.
We had to change that because
blood transfusion.
We had to try our best. In fact, I want to make the point that when we talk about transformation, we have to talk about transforming the people and the mind.
The mindset of the people. Yeah. Let me ask this though. So, due to the fact that Grenadians are a last-minute people, some we know for a fact that some will not meet that deadline. Are there any punitive measures to be taken?
Well, we are planning for a hurricane. We suspect persons might be anticipating that there might be some extension, but the decision is not yet made. In fact, persons who were asking for deadline last week, they have since filed. And based on what we've seen happening from last week, Monday to now, most of the persons who were challenged, we got them sorted out.
Okay.
We have our officers working 24/7. People are contacting us in the nighttime. We are contacting them in the nighttime, on Sundays. So most persons who have been challenged, they are now online. I mean, the stragglers, those last minute ones, we're saying to you, please go online, tax.gov.gd. Contact us on our hotline 421-4247. You can send emails to us at gtax at ird.gov.gd, and we also have another email address you could use, tps helpdesk at ird.gov.gd. We have all the workers right now, Gordon. We have suspended our field operations.
Okay.
So everybody right now is concentrating on the final 2 days.
Okay. All right. So folks, don't expect the extension because it might not be granted. We're hoping so. I hope that you've already filed and submitted. If not, you have just under 48 hours to do that.
And it's not hard. It's not hard. When you're on the system, it takes you maximum 5 minutes to make sure you put your first figure and click submit.
Okay.
So as long as you can get onto the system, and as I said, we have suspended our operations outside the office where persons can now, where our officers are now able to help sufficiently. So as long as you get onto the system, it will take you 5 minutes to submit your return.
Okay. All right. So folks, you heard it. Mr. Cadet?
Yeah, one more thing I could say before I leave, in terms of payment, because we are customer centric, it's a new trust of the IRD. If you are challenged in making the full payment, let's say by tomorrow, please come in, have a discussion, send an email. We can put you on what we call a favorable payment plan. Because we understand that some person might be challenged and we want to work with you. But do not stay in the shadows and do not hide from the tax office. Come into the light. Let us work with you because we're working for you. Wow. So come and interact with us and we'll see what can happen.
The best way.
Indeed, because we're looking to make our Grenadians compliant.
Yeah, okay. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so kindly.
It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Give her Russell my regards.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah. All right. He's intent on taking my job here.
He's a good guy,
yeah? He's a good guy to keep away from my studio because he wants to take my job. But
I am sure he's listening to you right now.
Russell, good morning to you and the family, bro. To you and the entire tax department. All the best. And the education of our people, we have to change the mindset. So we need to do a lot more. We need to do a lot more.
And maybe I can say finally, just to thank all the taxpayers who have complied so far. Thank those who have been patient with us because we know we're not perfect. And I also want to call out the officers of Inland Revenue, the comptroller, my exec team, and all the workers for working hard for the sake of Grenada and Grenadians. Thank you so kindly.
All right, folks, that's it for the conversation. Speaking there with the Deputy Comptroller, Mr. Randy Cadet. We are due for the BBC. Bye-bye, folks.